What's going on, Internet? Durrell's here, coming at you with another World of Warcraft video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Gara'jal the Spiritbinder. This fight has a two-phase fight with a frenzy at 20%. For this fight we use 2 tanks, 2 healers, and 6 DPS. This fight has a 6-minute Hardened Rage, where Gara'jal will instantly wipe the entire raid. Now the main mechanic of this fight will be the Spirit Totem. Spirit Totems allow players to teleport into the Spirit World to kill the shadowy minions. The more shadowy minions that you are able to kill will make this fight infinitely easier. However, Spirit Totem has a few gimmicks that you will need to deal with in order to complete this fight. Upon being destroyed, Spirit Totems will cross over the 3 nearest players within the 6-yard radius. Players ported into the Spirit World will be left with 30% life. Once in the Spirit World, players will have 30 seconds to leave. Failure will result in instant death. Being healed within the Spirit World will result in spiritual intervention, which will grant the player a beneficial buff. This buff depends on class and spec, however you can generally expect it to be a DPS and healing increase. Once players have been healed to full, players will gain an extra action button, which will allow them to return to the real world and continue the fight. The healer in the Spirit World should try to heal themselves and the 2 other DPS in the Spirit World as soon as possible in order to leave and help the healer in the real world heal the rest of the raid. Don't worry about mana too much, as the beneficial buff for healers will allow you to generate more mana. As previously stated, DPS within the Spirit World should try to kill as many shadowy minions as possible. The more that you are able to kill will make this fight infinitely easier. The shadowy minions are troll-like figures in the Spirit World, and they appear as voodoo masks in the real world. Prior to the pull, your raid should set up some loosely set groups of 2 DPS and 1 healer with a few backups to allow changes depending on the voodoo dolls. You should try to rotate DPS and healers as much as possible in order to maximize the use of spiritual innervation. Now the second ability that you will have to deal with during this encounter is voodoo dolls. Voodoo dolls will prevent players from entering the Spirit World. They will always be applied to Gara'jal's current target and 2 other players. Voodoo dolls copy 70% of the damage the other voodoo doll players receive. Tanks should rotate defensive cooldowns and call for external cooldowns in order to reduce the damage and shared damage to the best of their ability. Voodoo dolls will persist on their targets until player death or Gara'jal banishes his current target. The final ability that you will have to deal with for the entirety of this fight is Banishment. Gara'jal will banish his current target into the Spirit World. This tank must kill the Severer of Souls within 30 seconds. This mob is only visible to the tank, so they will have no one else to help them. However, this mob is fairly easy to kill and has fairly low health. I would recommend getting this Severer of Souls quite low, trying to kill a shadowy minion or 2, and then finishing off the Severer of Souls before your timer runs out. Failure to leave the Spirit World within 30 seconds, again, will result in instant death. At 20%, Gara'jal will frenzy, at which point he will stop summoning Spirit Totems and stop banishing his current target. This means that the 3 players affected by voodoo dolls will remain affected by them until Gara'jal is defeated. During Frenzy, Gara'jal will gain 50% melee haste and increased damage. At this point, I would recommend using Heroism, Bloodlust, or Time Warp, whichever you have available to you in your raid. We'll keep trying. On a more serious note, this fight is fairly easy to do and is more about executing the Spirit Totems correctly. The more shadowy minions that you are able to kill will make this fight infinitely easier, as your healers will be less strained to heal the raid. However, there is the 6-minute enrage to worry about, and if it comes down to it, DPS on the boss should be prioritized. For tanks specifically, make sure that you are rotating your defensive cooldowns to reduce the shared damage through Voodoo Doll. Also, don't be scared to ask for an external cooldown from your healers or even the DPS. There is a lot of damage being done to the raid at this point, so any and all reduced damage will be greatly appreciated by your healers. Good luck on your first kill of Gara'jal the Spiritbinder. I hope this video was able to help you out in doing so. Please comment below if there are any questions unanswered or you have any compliments regarding this video. Please feel free to also subscribe for any and all upcoming videos. As always, Internet, be cool and game on.